Alright, we're recording now.
Yay.
Finally here. Okay, where do you want to start?
Who are we?
Who are we?
Such a deep question.
So deep. But it's somewhere to start. So.
Can I intro you?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
We might have to edit this out. So this is Gabriel Godinez. He's a very kind man, very gentle man. I have had the pleasure of knowing for 10,000 days. And
today
have known that this is love.
Is this love? Is that how it goes?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're going to have to edit all this out.
No, we're not editing.
So this is Gabriel Godinez.
This is real.
This is real hot. I'm like sweating in here.
Okay, go, because then I'm going to have more work if you want me to edit all this stuff out.
You just start right there at whatever number.
Okay.
So this is Gabriel Godinez, my husband that I have known for 10,000 days and loved him for just about all of those 10,000
9,999 days.
Yes. That's it.
Okay. This is Deanna Godinez, who used to be Deanna DeBaca, Dee Dee, for all her friends. And I've known her for 10,000 days today. April 30th, 1992 is when this all started. She is my smoking hot wife. She's my wife, my beautiful wife. Mother of our children, and yeah, that's who we are.
Okay, next question.
What is your why?
My why is you that's watching. I realized that early on, Gabriel and I didn't know how to have a relationship that was working, that was like well-oiled, like you listen and then I listen. And then we don't just react, we respond like with wisdom and know not to trigger each other, like all of these things that we didn't know. We didn't know about boundaries, how to keep our relationship healthy. And some people taught us some things that we firmly stand on and have built our relationship to thrive, to be healthy. And so we want to share those. I work at a school. When I hear kids telling me, with tears in their eyes, or they need a hug because mom and dad aren't getting along, or one of them moved out and now, just seeing what the children go through, I know that it doesn't have to be that. I know that we were on the verge of that.
Yeah.
And we would have totally done that had we not heard these people, listened to these people. We didn't reject their advice. We rejected some advice, but we stood on some others, and we want to share that with you. So you're my why.
You. And me?
You're always my why.
You. So my why is along the same lines, and that's why we're doing this, because we want to help other people. And that's my biggest thing, is I've always just been a person that wants to help others. So I was just telling my wife this evening of a conversation I heard at the gym the other day, and it was these two men in the locker room talking about the divorce and how proud he was of his friend that he finally got his divorce. And I mean, just statistically in the United States, it's not good. It's, I think, 50%. And I want to do my part. We want to do our part to help bring those numbers down.
Yeah. Somebody helped us.
Yeah.
We could have been that statistic or part of that statistic.
Yeah, we were well on our way, like you said, to that statistic. And we want to help other people not be a part of that statistic. So.
Okay.
All right. What can you expect from this podcast? I think you're going to find that this podcast will be, as the name implies, real. We will do our very best, I think, to get on here even when we're mad at each other. and let you know what's going on. We're not going to give you all the details, all the dirty details, because that's private stuff, and I would suggest don't air out your dirty laundry on social media. But we will definitely share when we're struggling, when we're having challenges, and that way you can learn. I always say, we're not gurus, we're not relationship gurus, but we have learned some stuff, like my wife said, and things that have become foundations, pillars in our relationship, and we want to share those with you.
Yeah, and we won't have every answer. We have some things that we have stood on and that have definitely worked. And we actually, like I was explaining to someone the other day, like our honeymoon was not what others would consider a honeymoon. Yeah. We've never gone on vacation alone. We
went to Disneyland by ourselves once.
For a few hours. And we have raised 4 kids. That's part of who we are. Our children range from 25 years old to 14 years old. And just what can you expect? You're going to expect for us to, although Gabriel says like we won't air our dirty laundry, like I want to tell you experiences, what we felt, how we overcame, what made us cry, what brought us to breaking points, and how we survived those, stuff like that.
Cool. Why are we qualified to do a podcast like this?
Like I said, experience. So we're not going to attempt to solve every relationship problem. We will talk about what we have gone through, what we've understood, what roads we definitely will not ever go down, and just because we have a thriving relationship. Like, I remember when I started seeing that hashtag relationship goals, I was like, what? Like, there's a thing called relationship goals. Like, when someone tells me, like, you guys are relationship goals, like, it makes me think, like, okay, so from what they see, we're relationship goals, but I would love to share what brought us to that. Like, the times that one of us was upset and the other one stayed quiet.
Yeah.
And, the times that we, I was talking to someone yesterday that's been married for a while, and I thought she'd be a great guest. Well, we need a guest. She'd be the great guest. But I remember, going to bed mad at Gabriel over, who knows? Who knows? My high expectation. Maybe he didn't meet them, and I went to bed aggravated or disappointed, whatever it would be. But I remember laying in bed, sometimes mad, like, no way, I'm not going to touch him at all. You better not come on my side of the bed. But I remember getting to a point in our relationship where I just felt like I would hear the voice ask, like, do you want this relationship? Do you want it to be like this? And no, I wouldn't want to do something on that night to say, no, don't ever come close to me. And I remember I'd be like, fine, okay, I'm going to put 1 foot by him. So I'd put like 1 foot over and like touch his skin while he was sleeping. But to me, that was like a step towards forgiveness, and that was a step towards I love you regardless. And I think, as time went on, I would be able to hug you. I would be able to like do the opposite of what I wanted to do, because I knew my initial reaction and my humanness would tear us apart. Like I wouldn't build it up. Like I had to do the forgiving thing. And Gabriel talked to me about this today, and I felt the same thing. He said, now this relationship talk is for those that are in a safe and healthy relationship. Mm-hmm. If there are times where you feel like your physical well-being, your emotional well-being is not okay because of the relationship you're in and you're hearing us say stick it out,
Yeah.
we're not talking to you that
Right.
feel like you're in danger. If you feel like you're in danger, you need to get help. You need to seek help. You need to escape that relationship.
Right.
We're talking to someone that feels like, oh, we have arguments, or we, get frustrated with each
I
other.
don't like when he leaves his shoes in the middle of the floor. And
Yes,
he does
like
it all the time.
Yeah, like we're not. I don't have words for that, and I wouldn't want you to feel like I'm saying to stay
Right.
and to work it out. I am saying if you feel like you are not safe, you're concerned for your safety, then I would say get help.
Yeah.
And we will include a phone number, a
Yeah.
website, something you could go to
Resources.
as we post this.
Yeah. Yeah, I when I was talking to her about that, it was literally about these guys in the gym. And I said that it bummed me out because they were talking about that, about divorce and kind of celebrating it. But it also made me think, like, I don't know the situation. I don't know what situation they were in, and maybe it was cause for celebration. I just don't understand that part because of the relationship I have with my wife, and that's what we want to help. If you're, again, in a healthy relationship, it's not violent, you're just struggling, you're arguing, you're not seeing eye to eye on things, that's who we want to help. That's who we're here for. That's who we're qualified to help because that's what we've gone through ourselves. When I kind of thought about this question initially, I said, well, I'm not qualified. I'm qualified to an extent. We're qualified to the extent of what we have achieved and the success that we have, and we just want to share.
Well, let me say you're qualified because I see you as a father. I see you because you are able to, like, I know my wife's going to ask for that, like, the smallest things, like, just totally impress me. We were at some drive-through, I think, like, I think it might even be KFC or some random.
We don't eat fast food on a regular basis, just so you know.
No, but this was like a couple years ago. It was like late night. Maybe picked up the kids from a game or, like, I don't know, practice something, and we had to go through the drive-through. Like, so the kids are like, we want KFC, and I didn't order anything, but I heard Gabriel order a Chicken Little, and I was like, I wanted a Chicken Little. I didn't say anything. And he gives it to me after, and it's like this tiny little sandwich. It's very nostalgic to me. But just the fact that he ordered something when I said I didn't want something, which I know that's a thing. The girls say, no, I don't want anything. And then they, like,
always order two.
Eat his fries.
They're going to eat it.
So I love that he does that. Like, there's sometimes when I'm frustrated because I'm like, I'm trying to eat really good. Like, I don't want to eat that. But, just things like that where he'll bring something home and I'm just like, I was craving that. And I didn't tell him. But something in the store when he was shopping, I don't know on his end when he's like, my wife would like that. On my end,
yeah, that's basically what it is. It's that gut feeling.
But that's why you're qualified. Like, you bless me, you compliment me.
When I wrote the question and said, why are we qualified, it just made me think in my head, am I qualified? And it's what we all do, right? We all kind of second guess sometimes. But ultimately, we just want to help. We're not going to have all the answers. We're not going to have, every solution to every single problem. We're all different. We all have different personalities. We all see things a little bit differently. And it's just what we've learned over these last 10,000 days is that it's work. It's hard work. And for us, it's been worth it. If you find that someone that you feel like is the one that you can spend the rest of your life with, you need to put in the work. And it's going to be tough sometimes. It's going to be a struggle sometimes. You're not always going to get your way. Sometimes you have to compromise for the other person. But it's worth it. It's way worth it. So, anything else you want to say?
I would like to say that I've wanted to do this for a very long time, but I haven't wanted to do it for a very long time. So I don't like to be on stage. I don't like to be in front of cameras. I'm okay if I need to speak and do something in front of a crowd. I'm okay. But I don't like or need the focus on me, but I feel like this is very important. I feel like your relationship is very important.
Yeah.
I know that when I talk to a friend and share some things, like I see them listen in a way where I'm like, wow, like what I was given was valuable information. It worked, and all I'm doing is passing on valuable information. And it's, we're going to share what worked for us. I don't want you to feel like, oh, who do they think they are? Or they, like, who do we think we are? We think we are somebody that has a thriving relationship. Our 14-year-old asked the other day as we were like hugging and giggling, don't you get on each other's nerves sometimes? They're like, no. Why would we? And I don't say that to say we're perfect.
Yeah.
Or we don't get frustrated with each other, but getting on each other's nerves, like, no. We've learned to care for each other, to flirt with each other, to keep our love fired up for each other, to keep it alive, to compliment each other, text each other encouragements, and we'll share more about that.
We've learned, right? So there's been times that
we're learning still.
We're learning still. Yeah. No, I like what you said, that we're just passing along information. It's stuff that has worked for us. And actually, I mean, there's probably stuff that hasn't worked for us. Like stuff that we heard is kind of like, oh, okay, well, we'll try it. Yeah. And that's all we're asking you to do, is to try it and apply what works for your own situation. That's all we're here for, is to pass along the information and hope that some of it will help you further along your relationship.
Yeah, and as you struggle, we, of course, we want to hear from you. Any topics you think we should cover, could cover, touch on things that maybe you don't hear.
God bless you guys. We'll see you on the next video. Hit subscribe if you want to hear more of our story and what we'll be talking about. Leave us a comment. If you have, again, like Deanna said, topics or things that you have questions about, and we'll do our best to answer them. God bless you guys. We'll see you on the next video or on the next podcast. Peace.